Yeah, we certainly wanted to go in and play well this weekend. We're not as much concerned with streaks or whether it's matches or sets or any of that kind of stuff. We just want to play well. We want to feel like when we leave the gym that we're a better team than when we got there. We want to feel like that we're advancing. That's always the goal throughout the season. So I really think that happened this weekend. I would say more so than the previous weekend. I feel like we got better as the weekend went on. We scored in different ways each night. The first night at Akron, our outsides both hit at a very high percentage. One hit 400, one hit 500. The next night, our middles scored well. Allie scored well behind the setter, and then of course we got a lot of points from the service line. So it's two very different types of winning, but a couple of very good road sweeps. Well, in Akron we had 10 straight, and it was after an almost epically bad serving beginning to a game. We made it through an entire rotation where all 6 of our players missed their serve. That's unusual, and not unusual in a good way. And it was just shocking just to have that lack of focus that was permeating all the way throughout the team. And so, of course, we talked about that needing to improve. One thing that is important as an aggressive serving team is if a couple of people in front of you miss their serve, particularly if 3 people or the number starts to grow miss their serve, then our job is to dial it back a little bit. Doesn't mean just barely put it in play, but dial it back a little bit so we can be a little more consistent. And we really struggled with that. I think that was in maybe the 3rd set, I believe, against Akron. Started very, very poorly, but then Erica, a freshman, goes in there and serves 10 in a row, does a nice job for us. So it is unusual, but that said, it happened again the next night with Jaime serving, and this time it wasn't really that the team was scoring a lot of points. Jaime was just back there rattling off ace after ace after ace, and so it made for a little bit of a different feeling the next night. And what was good that day is it wasn't just Jaime. We had 16 aces, and she had 9, which is, of course, a huge number. But the rest of the team had 7 and served pretty accurately as well. So it was a really good serving day for the entire team. Jaime just got one of those just grooves. Sometimes you get into serving that every ball you start hitting it harder and you start hitting it harder, and the more you serve, the better it gets. I believe when she went back there to serve, it was tied 4-all, and I believe when she was done serving, it was 20-4. And that's not normal in Division I volleyball. And she was really putting some pace on the ball. It was great to see because I think this year, because we've asked so much more of Jaime, I think she's not been the server that she was last year. She'd be the first one to say that. She hasn't been able to hit the ball with as much pace, focusing on serve receive, focus on defense, focus on blocking. There's all these different things that go when you go from being a player to being the player, which we're asking her to be offensively this year. She struggled a little bit just in all phases of the game, being at the level that she wants. And so it was great to see. Maybe we've seen signs the last few weeks, but then on Saturday went to a different level, and she was serving the ball as well as we've probably seen her. Right, it's certainly has potential to be a distraction when you have this many things going on campus, around it, whether it's events that are going on or recruits that are on campus, whatever it is, that there are a lot of things that are going on around us that are all very, very good things. It's important that when we get to the gym that our mindset changes. And whether it's you're at the football game and getting announced on the field, or just all the things that you're living life as a successful Division I athlete, doing promotions, and they're all great things. You think about Dig Pink. What a great thing to honor people that have fought against breast cancer, that some that have lost the battle in terms of that they did not survive, but they fought valiantly, and there are people that have won the battle that have lived through it and they're still here today, and it's so inspirational, for our team. And I think the challenge for any player is just, can we honor and can we do these things correctly in a way that is good? But then when the whistle blows, we need to focus on our opponent. And I think our team is mature enough to do that, to honor where honor needs to happen, where to publicize our program when those type of events need to happen, but when it's game time, it's game time. And I believe we're a mature enough team to do that, and this weekend will be a great opportunity to show that maturity. It is, we don't ever overlook anyone. It doesn't matter really what their record is. There are some teams we're human. We know that one team may be better than another on a given weekend, but it's about our side, and that we have to get better. Regardless if we're playing the best team in the MAC or a team that's struggling, we have to get better. And there's certain things that we work on each week, and we want to, in practice, that when we go out on the game, we want to see it happen. And if it doesn't happen, then we want to know why not. And that's even watching video this morning. Okay, are we better than a week ago? Or was it better this weekend than it was the previous weekend? If not, why not? What can we do to help you get better at this area? So there's some things we're working on this week that we hope to implement this weekend, and that's what we need to see. Ball State, if memory serves, I believe that's our last home loss. I believe in conference play. It was in 2013 against Ball State, I believe in 5 sets. And we have a number of kids on our team that were here for that. And Ball State, they may be as hot and cold, both, as up and down, both, as any team in our conference right now. They swept NIU 2 weeks ago. And all the stats would tell us that NIU is playing as well as anybody in conference and doing it without a couple of players that are injured. And Ball State swept them. And that just says a lot about the potential of Ball State to be a great team. When they're playing well, they're really, really good. And then they've had a couple of losses that may have been surprising to a number of people around the MAC. But that's team sports. You can have some great nights and you can have some bad nights. And our job is to make sure that if Ball State has a great night, that we're still better. And we're going to expect them to have a great night. They have great players. They have literally a Hall of Fame coach there and a great coaching staff, and so we're expecting them to be great. We certainly would never go through the week thinking they're going to be okay. We expect them to be great, and we expect our team to be great as well.